Inflation is literally out of control. I'm gonna give you guys an analogy of how bad inflation is right now. Have you guys ever heard the analogy of the frog? If you put it in boiling water, it'll just jump right out. But if you put it in warm water and slowly turn it up, it'll slowly boil to death. Now, typically inflation is usually around 3 to 4%, which means that if you slowly turn it up over time, you end up losing money, but you don't really feel it because it's so small. Inflation now, ever since COVID, we printed 40% of all the money circulating in supply in a matter of 2 years. And basically, we're the frogs in boiling water right now. Literally, we're becoming poor every single day. And I've lost thousands of dollars in the cryptocurrency space. Literally, I bought Bitcoin at the peak and I've been dollar cost averaging every single week. And I'm literally more poor now than I was when I first started. If you can resonate with this, give this video a like. Let's hop into some of the stories today because they're a doozy. Bitcoin took a sharp fall. Today it went under $19,000, which is a level that Bitcoin has been testing previously in the last 30 days. Technically it's up for the day, but when you zoom out and you look at the weekly time frame, Bitcoin is down, and for the last 30 days it's been chopping sideways. But this new inflation data and inflation news is definitely making people scared. And this is one of the main reasons why I got into Bitcoin in the first place, is because inflation is literally theft. They are literally printing more money and making the current money that you have less valuable. So on paper, even if your investments are growing, even if you got a raise, if it's not more than 9% based off this data, you're pretty much getting more poor as we go. So US inflation remains scorching hot, jumping to 9.1% in June. White House says CPI data is already out of date. So even this 9.1% number that we're getting from the White House is already out of date. So that means it's closer to 10% or higher, which is absolutely scary. You know what the crazy part is? This isn't even the worst of it. The stock market is set to drop at least 40% more from where it already is. And because Bitcoin and the stock market are correlated right now, that means that Bitcoin is probably gonna drop a lot more from these levels. This article goes on to say that US inflation continues to print perpetual new highs. Basically in June, it skyrocketed up to 9%. Now, one thing that you have to realize is that these people are not gonna tell you how bad inflation is actually gonna get. If the White House and the people in power actually told you how bad things are, there would be civil unrest. What they're going to do is they're going to tell you that they're going to implement all these strategies to try to get inflation down. Guys, the cat's out of the bag and there's really not much we can do. In terms of what you can do at home personally to protect your own family and your personal finance, is you want to invest in crypto. Why? Because cryptocurrency is an asymmetrical bet. Let's say you invest 5% of your net worth in Bitcoin or in crypto, whatever crypto you believe in. I believe in Bitcoin. I have 95% of my net worth in Bitcoin. Let's say you do that. Worst case scenario, you lose a few grand. Best case scenario, you beat out inflation and you salvage some of that buying power that you've lost to inflation. But if you're in the crypto space, these inflation numbers, this is nothing new. This is something that's been ongoing for the last few months. Now let's talk about this crypto punk that sold for $2.6 million, which is freaking crazy. Like, for me, NFTs, I understand it because I love art. I go to art galleries. I understand the scarcity of it. I understand how people can appreciate it. Even if you look at a CryptoPunk and you're like, really? 2 million for that? But the one thing I don't understand is where it goes from here. Like, how far can this stuff go? Because right now we're looking at little images, but when you think about crypto and the NFT space, this is the infancy. This is like the very beginning. How far is this gonna go? Like, are we just gonna have digital art and physical art is just not gonna be made as much? Like, what is the future for NFTs? Out of 18 different blockchains, Ethereum saw the most NFT sales, as 124 million of the 147 million in sales recorded in the past week stemmed from the Ethereum chain. Now, this is very bullish for Ethereum. I'm not a big fan of Ethereum. I think there are other projects that do what Ethereum does better than Ethereum. I don't like Vitalik. I think he looks like a dweeb and I don't trust him. But at the end of the day, numbers don't lie. I can't dispute what this article is saying in terms of the volume on the Ethereum blockchain. One thing I can dispute is if these NFTs are going to be a good investment long term. We don't know. Am I willing to risk the few $1,000s that I have invested in crypto into NFTs? Absolutely not, because I'm not rich. You're watching this video probably not rich, and we can't take a chance on something like this. But if you're willing to take that chance, hey, kudos to you. But if you lose all your money, it's not my fault because this is not financial advice. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about all this inflation news, stocks going down, Bitcoin going down. What cryptos are you guys buying? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.